Come on, baby.
How's it going, guys? For those of you that have subscribed for a little bit of time now, you will know that I was in a snowmobile accident recently, and I fared off pretty all right with just a concussion, not suffering anything else. But my buddy John, he ended up with a broken leg in 3 different spots. Can you believe it? Non-load bearing or something. I don't even really understand. I've never seen the x-rays, but he's in a walking boot walking around with a broken leg supposedly. And we have a fishing tournament on March 14th, the Hogathon, going out for jumbo perch, and I offered to make him some JawJackers because in years past we haven't done that well. He doesn't have any, and he said yes. So I'm going to try to make this the best year yet. And hopefully John and I can get out there and redeem ourselves. And yes, we will be off the lake before it gets dark, so we won't have to worry about that. That's what we're doing today, is we're going to make some JawJackers, additional ones. So let's go. So this is the end goal product right there. But this is the raw material and what we're going to end up starting with. So we need to try to transform that into something like this. And I'm going to show you how I do it. The board here is 38 inches long. So we're going to just go right in half, right, at 19. We're going to mark it at 19 and make sure this board is just in half. That only falls 1 inch shorter from what I already got. So it shouldn't matter that much. Take the tape. Get 19. And then let's cut it up.
You feeling something like this? No, nothing. Wouldn't be care to tell me.
To be honest, I'm going to take these boards here, and because they are a gift, we are going to make them some of the best boards that I've made before. So I am going to sand them down and spray them with lacquer that will keep water out so that John can actually keep these for a period of time that's, you know, they will last quite a good time. So let's do that. Well, I sanded them down pretty darn good. Still got a little sawdust on them, but here they are here. And now we're going to cure them. I'm going to spray them down. I got my stuff right over here. All right, so I found my stuff. This spear urethane, protection against sunlight, rain and moisture, and temperature changes. So that is our goal for these boards. So right now we're just going to spray them up, and I'm going to let them dry, and I'm going to end up doing the rest at another time. Luckily for you, this is going to be all in one video. So like I said, I'm going to go out and spray it with this stuff, but I am going to wait for this to dry, so it might not be until tomorrow or another time when I actually finish it, but this will be in one video for you guys. So just stay tuned, and let's get to spraying these boards down. Here, got them on a little box out in the yard. I don't want to be spraying this stuff inside the garage. And hopefully they dry a little bit better out here. We got some sunlight, and it is roughly 40 to 50 degrees out here right now. So hopefully they don't take too long to dry, and then I can flip them over and do the other side. So the next step here is I got some wire, and with this wire I'm going to make the triggers that I'm going to need. And I don't have this down to a complete science yet, but I'm going to show you about that much we're going to use for two. We're going to do 2 wires or 2 triggers out of. So go right there. You can see how much it's kind of hanging off. I'll just snip it, and I guess I could measure this for you guys so you have a better idea. Let's see here. Oh, it is a bent wire, and I'm trying to measure it. I could straighten it out a little bit. It looks like it's about 19 inches long for one piece. Like I said, or like you just seen too, I just eyeballed it. And now, eyeballing again. What do you guys think? Is that about middle? About middle? Let's just cut it into 2, because we're going to make 2 of said triggers, correct? So now we got 2. Oh, that was pretty darn good. It was only off by about that much. So 2 equally sized pieces of wire, and this is how I'm going to make my triggers for them. Take one, and I'm just going to bend it up so we have each end equal, if you can see that, equal there. And I'm going to take my pliers and make sure I hold them there, right in that position, right alongside each other. I'm going to take them just like that. And then I'm going to squeeze with my hand, and once I can't squeeze with my hand anymore, I'm going to use another set of pliers, and I'm going to push them right tight together. And once you can't do it anymore with just the pliers, I take it to the anvil over here and I actually hammer it a bit. I hit it with my hammer a bit and make sure that they do not want to separate, that they want to stay side by side. And this one kind of crossed over a little bit, but we can straighten that out on the anvil. And this video is brought to you by Web Western, an amazing hat and other clothing company here, but they are created and based on the idea of do what it takes to get the job done. They have the arrow here on the design of the hat as a constant reminder to be a straight shooter, no bullshit, and just be an honest, hardworking man. So if you guys are interested in any apparel or the hat, the link is down below. And now with the rest of the video. So now we got to cut up our PVC. I went and got a 2-foot chunk and I cut it into 6-inch pieces. So this will allow me to make 4 of them, but we're only making 2 right now. So once you got it into a 6-inch piece like this, I got my saw and I got it set to 45 degrees because you need it to adhere to the board down there. So we're going to just line this up here and be sure to hold on to it really good. You don't want it slipping like that. There probably is an easier way to do this, but this is how I do it, so maybe do not do what I do. Just make sure to get a 45-degree cut. And then you're going to be left with something like that. Left with something like that so that you can actually, set it on the board just like this. All right, so I noticed that in my other cuts in my last clips there, you didn't get quite to see it because my camera was bad, but if you can see this here, you can see how tight the actual loop is at the end. That is what we want, and I have 2 of them made. I got my eyelets, my boards cured very nicely, and I got my PVC cut. Here we go. We got 2 spots, and you got to have it cut at a 45-degree angle so that you can actually put it on the board just like this. But before we do that, we are going to pre-drill a hole through the PVC so we do not crack it, and also pre-drill a hole through the wood so we do not splinter it at all. And then after that, we will put these screws in there. So we got both of our boards here right now, and I'm going to pre-drill the holes for the eyelets at the end. I already measured and know where center is on here, but we need 2 just off center. I guess when I do this, I didn't really measure it. I just kind of eyeballed it, but I know where center of the board is, and I go just a little bit in from the edge. I never even measured that. I mean, when I made these, I never was really down to a science yet, but let's just go a 1/4 inch. How about that, guys? 1/4 inch from the edge. And we got 1 right here. Okay, and then another one right here.
There you go, Mr. Beautiful. You have such pretty eyes now. And off goes the whistle.
The way I do it anyway is I take my PVC and I eyeball, which I already measured, I suppose, the center of it, and I make sure that the end of it here, make sure that the end of it here is about a 1/4 inch from the back of the board, just to make sure that we got enough room for the drilling, putting the screw in and whatnot. But I'll just hold it here, and then I'll take my drill and I'll push it horizontally directly in just to try to get a hole started. I need to push this up more so I have more leverage. Get a hole started. I might need a new bit. That was pretty hard to do that. But once I got the hole started, then I can go in the hole vertically then and go down. And actually, once you get it like that, go into the board a bit. Now you got that lined up just like that, and then I can put a screw in there. Take this and I kind of feed it through the PVC first, just so I can get it into the same hole. There we are. And then I will just drill this in nice and slow. You still, even though with a piloted hole, you want to be gentle, not to crack anything, but you do want it tight. It's a little off center there, so we're going to back it up and make sure I got the PVC facing directly down the middle of the board. Right there. There we are. We are almost complete with this one. All we have to do now is add the actual trigger into here. So now that we got this one here completed, what we're going to do is take the eyelets here and we're going to turn them in just like, well, that one's a little bit harder. We'll take this one and turn it in so that they're facing in. This is the only way that I found that I can do it. And I will take the wire here at the end and split the ends just a little bit so that I can slide them through the eyelets just like that. That's how I get it started. And once till I get about right here where I have enough to bend the wire and actually make my trigger with it, I will bend the eyelets back to being straight with the board and bending the wire at the same time as I do it. Right here, take this, bend that back, take this, bend that, bend this wire, tighten that up. So you're going to have to tinker with it a little bit, but I got a little wire here. I know the minimum that you should have this is an inch length from tip of the rod to the tip of the wire here. And the key about this is I don't think you can use a string. I never tried, but I use a wire. And can you see that little bend in that? That little bend allows the trigger system to pull forward, allowing this not to go off until it is pulled up like that. A string wouldn't be able to bend like this, correct? So that little wire is just enough tension to hold this. So this is the second one that I've made here. And now we're going to fold this down here like this. Hold your finger on the bottom. Put the line around the trigger. And then we're just going to slide this to the side just a little bit. Boom. That wire that has just a little hook in it has all the pressure of the rod pulling forward, not allowing this to flip up like that. If it was a string, it would flip it right up right away. So now the fish comes, bites just a little bit, and it is off. So if you guys like this kind of content and you want more videos like this, DIY projects, please like, follow, subscribe, follow me on TikTok. I put a lot of good content out on there. That stuff usually hits the internet first, but obviously long platform stuff here on YouTube. So if you guys like the design, try it out for yourself. Good luck out there. Catch you next time.